Good morning, traders. It is about 4:15 a.m. here on Monday, the week of Thanksgiving, November 23rd, 2020. I just took a trade on Kxin, which is actually making a textbook ABCD pattern right now. But I'm all out of trades for the morning, but I already made a nice green trade here. But I'm just looking at this now because it's playing out live in front of me. And just wanted to see where my entry would have been if I had more funds left. 737 for the break of this candle here. And then my stop would have been, so that would have been good. It would have been the break of this candle here. 734, so my entry would have been 735. And my stop would have been below that candle, 713, let's say. So what's that? 13 and 9, 24 cents. And I just want to see if it would have gone 1R because I'm almost certain it would have. 24 cents plus 735 is 759. Yep, definitely it went 1R. So I would have sold out half there. And then I would have held the rest to however high this goes. That's exactly what I did on my first trade. Except for it wasn't an ABCD pattern. It was just the beginning of a run here, and I got it on video. So let's pull it up here. But that was a fun little live analysis. So I have to do voiceover on this because it's so early. I don't like to talk during the trade. That was strange. Oh no! Don't tell me I didn't get it. I'm pretty sure I got it. Oh, I know what that is. That's the wrong video. Scared me for a second. Here it is. Okay, so I hit record right after I got in the trade. I saw this green bar that it actually was like an engulfing bar when I opened this up, and then had just a little pullback here. But it gapped up, and this is Kxin, which I know was trading really hot, like last week or the week before, I think. So as soon as I saw this thing pop up on the top gainers list, it was like the only stock really when I at this time, which I think was like 402, 401, right? So it was the very first stock that popped up, and so I mean I already had, I guess, high hopes for it because I knew this thing traded really well a couple weeks ago. So I think I took some trades on it, maybe. But anyway, let's get to the trade. So I'm in the trade. So the idea, I noticed that the last few weeks in my strategy and my plan, one of the things that's been hurting me is that I'm getting out too soon, even on my my idea is like to sell half on the first pop. But what ends up happening is I get out too soon doing that, and the stock, goes at least to 1R, and and then I usually sell the rest there, or somewhere around there, and then the stock continues on without me, and that kind of a thing. So based on my accuracy, if you look over here, my accuracy is pretty high. This was October, but here's November. My accuracy is pretty high. So I figured I should really stay in. Notice how high my accuracy is, yet look at all these red days. And there's a few reasons for that, but one of them is just because the green trades that I was in, I didn't hold them long enough. So the idea this morning was to, you see me putting in the order right now, figure out what 1R is, and then put my order in to sell half. I miscalculated there. It's supposed to be $6.99, but I didn't care. I actually realized it before I put the order in, and that's why I just dragged it down right away, because it's faster to drag it down than to re-enter the order. And notice it actually popped up to 1R when I was adjusting that order. So I already got my 1R out. Now my idea is I'm going to hold as if it continues higher, or sell the rest if it hits my entry, because I don't want to give back any profits. I'm trading a small account, and right now the focus is to grow slowly and to protect my capital. So the best way to do that is once I'm in the green on a trade, that not to give any of it back. So I was like kind of going back and forth between putting in a 2R order, and I noticed it's bouncing back down near my entry, so I just kind of waited. I had my fingers on the hotkeys to get out just in case it hit my entry. But it just kind of so there's my 2R order, 742. If it hit 742, it'd be at 2R. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit because it did take, this trade took a little while to play out, because it basically ended up becoming a momentum trade, which is ideal. Every single one of my scalps, my long-term goal with the trade is for it to become a momentum trade, which just means I'm in it for many candles, as it trends up. So you see here, I have my 2R order in, but now I'm also looking at, okay, well, look at these candles are putting in higher lows. I could also just ride the bottom of these 1 minute candles, because now I know one way or the other I'm in the money, not just on the first trade on this when I sold the one share, but also I'm going to be in the money on this one as well, because it's already above my entry. And I figured the reason why I removed that 2R order is because I thought it might pop up real quick and stop me out at 2R. Whereas if I just rode the bottom of each 1 minute candle, I could potentially ride it much higher. So let's see what happens. So, and just for reference, my 2R was at 742. So let's see what happens here. Let me see if I can kind of drag this and it still kind of plays. So there I'm putting my stop loss in. Of course, it's a mental stop, and I'm just marking it out for reference. If it breaks that level, I'm stopping out. And then look, it goes higher. And when usually I try to wait for the 1 minute candle to form before I move my stop up. But when it makes a huge move like that, I just wanted to kind of make sure that I didn't give back all that profit, because let's say I kept my stop here, it made this huge move up and it came back all the way back down, then I would be giving back almost 50 cents, right? So at least here I secured about another 30 cents just by moving my stop up there. But luckily it just kept going higher, and I was just kind of seeing where the price was, because this was at the beginning of that candle, so I wouldn't dare move my stop up that quick, and it's still a tiny candle. So now it's halfway into that candle, and it's already moved up over 10 cents on that one candle. So I think I committed to moving the stop up there. Or no, I didn't. I said, you know what, this candle's still too small relative to these others, so let me not stop out there, because it still may have more to go. So now it makes like a double bottom, which means that the sellers are finally coming in. So far, it was like the sellers were just sleeping in. The shorts were still in bed, or they just didn't know about this stock. Of course, you've got the people that are buying here are going to sell eventually as well. So, because they figure, okay, I've already made 3R or whatever, I'm going to get out. The nice thing about these pre-market moves is they kind of happen slow and steady. For the most part, if there's volume there and the spreads are small. This is totally different than when the market opens. It's so wild and crazy. So in a lot of ways, you have to be very disciplined to trade the pre-market and the aftermarket, because you can't have a hard stop in place. And some weird things can happen, but I find it much easier overall to trade than the market open. The market open is a lot more stressful for me. So look, this thing just continues to move higher and higher. Bringing the stop up. Of course, the uptrend has got to end eventually, right? And I know, I'm just like thrilled that I'm in it. Unfortunately, I only had 2 shares from the beginning, because I only had this was all I had left in the account, because I kind of, I guess I overtraded last week, by 1 trade or something like that. But I did a video on Friday that I released on Saturday about splitting the account up into 7% increments, which as soon as my funds settle this morning, I'm going to switch this over to 7%, which will be a little bit more than this dollar amount. And I'm going to strictly trade 2 trades every session, 7% or less trades. I don't have to take 2 trades, but the maximum is going to be 2 trades. All right, so now my stop is up here at the bottom of this candle. I guess I don't know if I didn't see that wick or what, but essentially, yeah, I said when it comes back down to that level, I'm going to get out because this thing has to flush eventually. And I've already had a really nice move. So 775 is where I got out. Remember, my 2R was at 742, so I got an extra 33 cents for riding the bottom of those candles. So this is like a textbook momentum trade. I haven't really got one. This is my best trade ever, really, as far as like technically managing the trade. Here I'm showing my entries. So you can see I bought 2 at 682. So it was like a $13 and something trade. And I only made $1.07 off of it, which I think I show that too in just a second. No, I must have, well, I'll show you that now. I made $1.02 off of it, which that doesn't sound too exciting, or $1.07. I made $1.07 off of it, but it's a $13 trade. So that was like a 7.8% return on the investment there. So my goal is 1%. So 1% would have been about 13 cents. So I got nearly 10 times my goal on this one trade, just because I managed it really well. So I got to put in a nice little green trade here at the beginning of the day. This is a big win for me because look at the size of my normal wins. I had another big win. Wow, that's interesting. I had another big win. Was 2 Mondays ago in the on my first trade in the pre-market. So these pre-market trades are working out pretty well for me. I'm green on the month, and let's see if I can continue this. I guess Thursday we're not going to have any trading, and then Friday is a short day. So did I even do that? Yeah, this is Monday, which is the last trading day of November. So hopefully I can keep the green going here and keep trading well like I did today. So I hope this video helped you guys. Let me know in the comment section below, and like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks. Bye.